Sister Wives Meri Brown reveals Cody's disrespect over request. Sister Wives star Meri Brown has experienced significant disrespect over the years. Even though she was Kody Brown's first wife, he consistently put her down, treated her poorly, and resented her for being unable to have more than one child. But now their split is final. After years of mistreatment, Meri Brown finally has the final laugh. Meri Brown triumphs. Kody completely ghosts her. Kody Brown certainly didn't treat his first wife well. But no matter what happened in the past, Meri Brown is a single woman now and can do as she pleases. She's no longer married to Kody, legally or spiritually. It's been an interesting year, Meri revealed during Sunday night's episode. I really felt like that he was just doing everything he could to have me be the one to leave so that he could say, "My hands are clean." She's the one who left. The TLC star went on to share that she asked for an official release from the AUB. She texted Kody to ask if he had any opinions about it, but he declined to respond. The church granted the release, and Meri proudly announced that she and Kody were no longer unmarried in any shape or form. Much to everyone's surprise, Meri admitted the church granted the release on grounds of abandonment. She knew Kody wouldn't appreciate the phrasing, but she agreed with the church's decision. Robin felt that if I waited on God, that things could change for mine and Meri's relationship. Kody defended himself in a different confessional. And that was advice that I took, and I waited. As time went on, I realized that it was never really going to work. The family patriarch expressed regret that he didn't figure out his feelings sooner for Meri's sake. The TLC star always did what she felt was right for her family. Fans were excited to learn Meri Brown received the release she desperately wanted. But that wasn't the only surprising point from Sunday night's episode. Tony and Mykelti were teasing Cristin over the rumor that plural wives breastfeed each other's babies. Cristin adamantly denied it and said she would never. However, Meri revealed in a confessional that she breastfed one of the Brown family's children out of medical necessity. "I actually breastfed one of our kids that was not my own child," the TLC personality revealed. And that was something that was kind of medically necessary at the time. But it wasn't something that we did on a regular basis just for fun, just for kicks and giggles. Meri didn't elaborate, but timing indicates that the other baby was potentially Maddie Brown Brush. Meri Brown, the original wife from Sister Wives, has endured a complicated and often painful journey in her plural marriage to Kody Brown. Over the years, her relationship with Kody has been a tumultuous roller coaster, marked by miscommunication, emotional distance, and a lack of intimacy. In a recent revelation, Meri opened up about a moment that stung deeper than most: the time when Kody showed an unexpected level of disrespect over a seemingly simple request. This incident became a symbolic tipping point, revealing the fractures in a marriage already stretched thin by the challenges of plural family dynamics. The request that sparked it all began with what Meri considered a modest and heartfelt request. For years, their relationship had been crumbling, and she longed for a sign that there was still something worth fighting for. It wasn't about lavish gestures or grand declarations of love. Meri simply wanted to spend more one-on-one time with Kody. She believed that with some dedicated attention, perhaps the wounds between them could start to heal. So she asked for a weekend getaway, just the two of them. Nothing extravagant, just a chance to reconnect away from the noise and tension of their fractured family dynamic. But Kody's reaction was far from what Meri had hoped. Instead of showing understanding or even sympathy, Kody dismissed the request almost immediately. His body language alone spoke volumes: arms crossed, brow furrowed, and that cold, distant look in his eyes that Meri had grown painfully accustomed to over the years. "You know that's not going to happen, Meri," Kody replied in a clipped tone. "We're in a different place now. I can't give you something that's not there." Those words hit Meri like a slap in the face. She had expected resistance, but not this level of blunt rejection. It wasn't just about denying her a weekend trip. It was the sheer lack of effort or interest in salvaging what was left of their relationship. A long pattern of dismissal. In Meri's eyes, this was just another example of the consistent disrespect she had faced from Kody for years. Time and time again, she had tried to initiate conversations, to bridge the gap between them, and every time, Kody seemed to push her further away. There had been moments when Meri wondered if Kody even realized how much his coldness hurt her, or if he simply didn't care anymore. The roots of their estrangement go back to Meri's catfishing scandal in 2015, where she had sought emotional comfort outside of her marriage, only to be deceived. Though Meri had apologized, and the other wives had tried to move past it, Kody never seemed able to forgive or forget. Since then, the emotional walls between them had only grown taller. Their relationship shifted from one of husband and wife to something more akin to distant acquaintances. They still shared the same last name, but in Meri's heart, she knew they no longer shared a life together. Meri had hoped that, with time, things might improve. She had watched Kody nurture relationships with his other wives, Janelle, Cristin, and Robin, with varying degrees of success. Even as Cristin decided to leave the marriage and Janelle questioned her place in the family, Kody's connection with Robin seemed unshakable. Meanwhile, Meri remained on the sidelines, wondering if there was any room left for her in Kody's heart. And then came that request, the one that would finally shatter her illusions. Kody's perspective. From Kody's point of view, his relationship with Meri had been over for a long time, and her request for a getaway felt like a last-ditch effort to cling to something that no longer existed. He didn't believe in leading her on, and he didn't want to create false hope. To him, the respectful thing was to be honest, even if it hurt. "I've been clear about this for years," Kody would later explain to the cameras during a confessional. "Meri and we're done. There's no point in pretending otherwise. I care about her, but I can't give her what she's asking for. It wouldn't be fair to either of us." Kody saw himself as a man trying to juggle the emotional needs of multiple wives while also grappling with his own struggles. His connection with Meri, once strong, had eroded to the point where he felt there was no return. In his mind, any further investment in their relationship would only lead to more pain, not just for them, but for the rest of the family as well. The fallout. For Meri, Kody's refusal wasn't just a rejection of her request. It was a rejection of her entire being. She had spent decades in a marriage that by its very nature demanded sacrifice and compromise. She had given up so much of herself to be part of Kody's dream of a plural family. Now, she was left wondering if there was anything left for her. As Meri reflected on Kody's dismissal, she realized that she had been holding onto a fantasy. The truth was, the love she once shared with Kody had been gone for a long time, and no amount of weekend getaways or heartfelt conversations could bring it back. Still, the realization didn't make the pain any less real. She felt like a stranger in her own life, trapped in a marriage that no longer served her, but unsure of how to move forward. In her confessional, Meri's voice trembled with a mix of hurt and resolve. "I've tried so hard for so long," she said, "but there comes a point where you have to recognize when something is over. I don't want to beg for love or attention. I deserve better than that." A new beginning. The incident with Kody's disrespectful response has left Meri at a crossroads. She knows that staying in a marriage with no hope for reconciliation will only prolong her heartache, but the idea of leaving is daunting. After all, her entire adult life has been shaped by her role as Kody's first wife, the one who helped build the foundation of their plural family. Walking away would mean not just leaving Kody, but redefining her entire identity. For now, Meri is taking things one day at a time. She's focusing on herself, trying to heal from the emotional wounds left by years of neglect and disrespect. Whether or not she will ultimately decide to leave Kody is still uncertain, but one thing is clear: Meri Brown is ready to reclaim her sense of self-worth, with or without Kody's approval.